This is one of the funnest hunts I've been on in a long time. It was with a great friend, Terry Meyers, and this is only our second hunt together.
Well,
ready?
You ready to go?
I'm ready. Sorry, I'm running late.
That's okay. I found out that Randy is a lot like me in the respect that we hunt the same way. We really think the same way. You know, we're usually on the same page as to how we're going to do something. Remember how I told you I can be much more objective when I'm hunting for somebody else.
Telling someone else when to
shoot or don't shoot.
Keep that in mind when you say he's a shooter.
While most whitetail hunters take to agriculture fields or thick woodlots, longtime buddies Randy Newberg and Terry Meyers venture into an area not well known for whitetails, the Ponderosa Pines. On the public lands just east of the Continental Divide, the Ponderosa Pine Forests offer habitat suitable for both whitetail and mule deer. Terry has come to Montana in search of his first whitetail and is counting on Randy to lead him to his goal.
Most of what you see in the whitetail world of TV is food plots, feeders, possibly high fences, guided land, private exclusive access. This was none of that. This is public land. These are wild, crazy, low density bucks.
Randy has lived in Montana a lot of years and has been hunting whitetails up here for a long time, and he has a lot of experience, and I knew that was going to really help me out. I'm kind of taking the quick route to a lot of experience just by getting to hunt with him.
One of the great things about cows is they help you find a spot to cross the creek. I'm pretty proud of what we did on this episode. Terry had never been here. I've been here turkey hunting before, but I'd never been here whitetail hunting.
I drove 800 miles up here from home to go whitetail hunting, and a lot of guys might think that's crazy, but we don't have very many whitetails where I'm from, and I'd never done it before, and I thought Eastern Montana is known for really good whitetail hunting, and I thought I'd take the opportunity when I drew this tag to go after a whitetail for the first time.
It's actually difficult to find the whitetails here because of all the mule deer. The area that we're hunting is a large geographic area. Even though it's in Montana, there is what we would call the Ponderosa Pine Forests that make up most of western South Dakota, most of southeast Montana, and most of northeast Wyoming. It's a huge area. A lot of those places, it's very easy to draw tags. And most people think of this as mule deer habitat, and there is great numbers and quality of mule deer here. Most people don't think of it as whitetails. If you come here, whether it's in Wyoming, South Dakota, or Montana, I'll guarantee you that if you go after whitetails as your specific hunt, you're gonna see some, and the ones you see are probably gonna be ones that get your attention. Whitetails are the most common big game hunted species in North America. That's why they call it the average guy's deer. And I hope this shows you that us average guys can come out here for a very low cost on our public lands. You can do this, you can have success in getting a good deer, and you're gonna have a lot of success in having fun.
I found this shock laying over near the road, so I'm gonna play a little trick on Randy. He's had a few mechanical problems this fall, so this is gonna get him good, I think. Hey, I hate to be a bearer of bad news, but I see something hanging down under your truck.
Tell me the other side, bro.
Ah, yeah. Now that's funny right there. A unique thing about this area that's making this hunt more difficult is the low whitetail densities. We'll probably see 7 or 8 mule deer for every whitetail that we see.
The whitetail habitat is so broken up around here, and it's really hit or miss, and you just have to spend some time and really cover a lot of ground.
Which way you want to go, Terry?
I think I'll just cross this creek, follow this hill around, side hill around, and go around the backside there, work my way down that ridge.
Okay, I'll just stay on this side. We'll get up on that ridge and I'll go east then.
Okay.
Terry and I have split up. We said if we're gonna have success, we gotta be going different directions. We can't be tripping over each other, making all the extra noise. So he went west today. I came here east and north, and we'll meet back at the truck this afternoon and compare notes, but it's going to be a challenging hunt, no doubt about that. I wanted to get up on these ridges where all these logging and burns are. Hoping I'd see some whitetails moving up these bottoms. There's agriculture to the north of me. But right now I'm not seeing anything. But that's not unusual when you are in new country that you've not been in before. And especially when you're hunting whitetails and stuff this thick. They have their travel corridors that they're using. I'm gonna go down, catch this fence line. Walk this fence line about half mile that way, and then it goes north another 3/4 mile, and then a half mile, and then I can come back.
The whitetail habitat is so broken up around here. You can get into one area where there's hardly no deer, and you can go just over the ridge into another drainage and, you know, see 5, 10, 15 whitetails.
Minutes out of the truck opening morning. Little mule deer buck. I think this is a good spot. He's right down on the edge of that brush right there. I just don't have an open shot. He stood right on the edge of the brush there, had a perfect shot, but broadside, but too much brush in the way. I'm just gonna sit here and wait for him. I know he's down in here. What is that? I thought I saw an antler glistening. There he is. Brush, like a brush in front of me. Right in front of him. Dang it. He's going up that hill. Well, I think I screwed up my one chance for the day. Hopefully not for the hunt.
How'd it go?
Saw 15.
15 whitetails?
Yeah.
Wow.
One for sure, nice whitetail buck, and 2 more, I think, for whitetail buck.
Wow.
But they were just gone before I got a good look at them. But one of them I had a really good look at through the crosshairs.
Really?
Yeah.
It's in the back of the truck?
I wish. I'll tell you the story on the way back to the motel.
All right. Sounds like a good one.
There is no doubt that if we were here at a different time of the year, say in October, our success would be way down. And the reason being is in Montana, you get to hunt during the rut. We're here the weekend before Thanksgiving, and most people would say, boy, that's kind of the tailer end of the whitetail rut. Well, if that's the case, I can't imagine how it is here in the peak of the rut, because Every buck we see's got his nose to the ground and he's just working these draws and these ridges. I can't imagine being in this thick country trying to hunt these bucks without the benefit of the rut. It's 55 degrees. Night it's getting down to 30. It's been a very warm spell, so it's harder to hunt.
The weather while we've been here on this hunt has been phenomenal for being out in the woods. It's maybe not been the best hunting weather, you know. I think that inhibited deer movement quite a bit.
A lot of people, I think, looked at the long-term forecast and said, oh gee, even though it's one of the best weekends you could be hunting, it's gonna be hot and warm, I'm not going. So we pretty much got the woods to ourselves. Here we are, public land in some of these checkerboard areas we know about, and there are no other hunters here.
If we go up this road right up here, it dies right below the ridge. If we pop over that ridge, we'll be within 200 yards of where we saw that buck yesterday.
Sounds good. Let's go find him.
Go get him.
That happened quick. Okay. We made a good choice.
How's that for fast? 7 o'clock.
Quick check him out, I can't believe that.
A whitetail doe came out of the brush that buck was heading into, and she took off. And I think that buck was trailing that doe, and as long as she was standing still in that brush, he wasn't going to go anywhere. And I think that's what allowed me the time to get the shot off. Yeah.
Whoa.
Congratulations.
Great shot.
Hey, thanks. I can't believe we were able to come up here and go.
Just
make this happen.
The next drainage over is where yesterday I had that encounter with one, but he wasn't this wide and he wasn't this heavy in the beam.
It's a nice buck.
Wow.
Pretty happy with that buck.
For a public land, national forest buck in this kind of heavy timber,
Think about how few guys come to a place that's never hunted whitetails on public land in this thick timber and shoot a buck like that the second day they're hunting. You got it figured out, buddy.
Yep.
Oh my cow.
A little bit of map work
Yeah.
online. And
For what it's worth, in all my times of stomping these pine woods of eastern Montana, they're probably one of the better whitetail bucks I've ever seen.
yep, he exceeded my expectations. So, pretty happy.
it's just a fantastic buck. It's everything that you could hope for when you come out whitetail hunting. And in fact, it's even more than I would have reasonably expected for us to get on this hunt.
Oh, Terry, great shooting, buddy.
Well, 150-yard shots aren't too tough, usually.
The good part is, it's a downhill hike, and we're only half mile from the truck. This is the easiest pack we've had all season. Oh, our lucky day.
And now I'm thinking, wow, everything's on me. I'm the remaining link to bring the chain to closure.
Well, one down.
But Terry having shot a really nice buck, I wanted to shoot a nice buck if at all possible. So far, I'm surprised that the number of deer we've seen. Yesterday morning, Terry shot a really, really nice buck. And every day, every morning, every evening, we're running into bucks. It's just, now it's up to me to put the deal together, I guess, and find a situation where we can get it set up, get the cameras on them, and get a good buck.
So now I've got my deer, and it's time to go find Randy one. We're pretty confident that Randy's gonna get in the deer.
The beauty of hunting whitetails in a situation like this is, one, you're not gonna have many other whitetail hunters to compete with. And two, if you find a buck, he's probably gonna be a good buck. We saw that yesterday with the buck Terry took. It was the first buck he saw, and it's a wonderful buck. I think just when we get over this ridge here is kind of where we're heading. Because right here it shows that once we drop over that, we got what, about 400 yards once we get down off that ridge. But what's happening is those deer are coming up here, so I think if we get up there and catch them coming up those brushy draws, once we get over this ridge, I think that those drainages that come back up this way should be perfect whitetail ground. If you're coming to do a whitetail hunt in a big pine forest like we have here, and you gotta be thinking a whole different mindset of how these whitetails behave. They are still whitetails and they behave like whitetails, but you're gonna have to bring some different strategies and be adaptable if you're gonna be successful.
It's just a whitetail buck.
He's walking right down that trail we talked about. When he stops in that opening, Terry, can you try to whistle or something? Oh, he's a little guy. I'm not gonna shoot him. He's just a little guy. I mean, about only that wide.
Yeah.
Cool. Go to this next opening, sit there for an hour, watch that, then go to the last opening for the last hour. Okay. It's not as open as I know, but I'm gonna sit in these shadows for a while and see what happens. I just think if there's a buck with checking those does, zigzagging through here.
There's a deer right there. It's gonna come on that yellow grass opening. It's a buck, it's a nice buck, it's a shooter. You gotta get ready to shoot. He stopped. Yes! Yes! Got him! Way to go. Oh man, that happened fast.
We better get up there.
Let's go and take a look at it.
Oh man. Very great spot. I was half asleep, unprepared. I couldn't have been in a worse situation than what I was. And I really had no idea what kind of buck I had, because I just took one glimpse, and when Terry said he's a shooter, I was ready to shoot. Thanks so much, Terry. Holy cow. Oh, you broke off up here.
Oh, yes.
You got a big chip out there. A little bit on the dark side here. Oh, look at his eye guard. That's freshly broke off too.
Oh, yeah. Might have to look around here a little bit. I think he must have did it.
He did a cartwheel. I saw when he ran, he did a complete end-over-end cartwheel. Well, it's going to be dark shortly.
We better get him done if we're going to do it before dark.
Yeah, or it'll be another headlamp operation. Thank you so much, Terry. Can't tell you how much I appreciate it. I couldn't be happier. And to do it the way we did it, to share it with a friend like Terry, this is what the On Your Own experience is all about.
So whether you fill both tags, pass the small buck, or come home with only memories, On Your Own hunting provides the best challenge of character and fulfillment of spirit. And the very best part of any on-your-own adventure is that it's completely accessible and completely achievable by you, the real American hunter.